Have you ever wanted your Eivor to glow golden? Well, you're in luck, because a new trick in Assassins Creed Valhalla lets you do just that. We will be discussing that today, as well as Reda's new weekly selection, a recent hotfix for the Blood Festival and the Connect challenges, some of which might have some issues that we will tell you all about. And don't worry, by the way, there's nothing wrong with your headphones. Jordan is currently on a holiday, so Joyce and Dennis, that's me by the way, hi, will take care of the channel while he is gone and do our best to keep you up to date on the latest Valhalla news. If you like that, a like on the video would really help the channel out, and let's go! Don't forget to enter in our Helix credit giveaway. You can enter via the link in the video description, not the pinned comment this time, the description, for a chance to win 2300 Helix credits. Remember that you have to be a subscriber of the channel to enter, and good luck. So when you boot up your game, you might notice Eivor mentioning something about offerings, and that has to do with a recent hotfix Ubisoft released in order to fix the war effort quest of the Blood Festival. This quest had you complete a variety of objectives to appease the gods, and one of these activities was to gather foreign supplies in the river raids. Well, turns out that was going to be a lot harder than we expected, because a lot of people, including myself, discovered that the supplies in the river raids were exhausted, meaning that we could not collect them anymore and therefore couldn't complete the festival quest. Well, this new hotfix fixes part of that issue, although it doesn't seem like we'll be able to collect foreign supplies. Unless that gets fixed in another hotfix or update. Now what they changed was the quest itself. When I booted up my game, the quest automatically completed because the foreign supplies were the only objective I had left. So I assumed they just removed that objective from the quest altogether. However, when jumping back into the river raids, I still wasn't able to loot foreign supplies from the large chests, and the map also still notes them as exhausted. Still though, we don't have to worry about supplies for the festival anymore, which gives you plenty of time to complete all the other objectives and get the one-handed swords and other festival items.
And speaking of time-limited items, Redas Selection contains mostly a mix of Ulrics Hunter and mystical items this week. I mean, the fact that they are again putting Ulrics items in the list, might this mean we see the Cougar mount very soon? Maybe even as a daily item? I mean, we saw this of course previous week, when we had the Ghost Wolf mount suddenly appear as a daily item, so you know, everything is possible, and when this happens, we will of course keep you posted here.
So in the weapons and armor department, this weekly reset is pretty disappointing. We only get one armor piece and one shield, and neither of them are very exciting. Let's start with the Ulrics Hunter set, which we talked about at length as being one of the worst armor sets in the game when it comes to buffs. You get 15 range damage for 20 seconds when activating the man's best friend ability, which is hardly noticeable. It doesn't look particularly good either in my opinion, but of course your style may vary. Good to know if you do decide to pick it up is that the perk will not only trigger when using the man's best friend ability, but also with the Irish Wolfhound ability from the Druids DLC. I mean, I guess wolfhounds count as wolves now. Anyway, let's move on to the shield, the Veer shield from the Black Raven pack. This one also gives you a ranged buff, plus 10 range damage when undetected. On paper this would be great for a stealthy build where you take down enemies from range, but 10 range damage is again hardly noticeable. This shield is pretty nice for transmog though. It's a bit more subtle than some of the other Helix shield, but I do quite like the dark and gold look and the raven and the Celtic knot design around the edge.
As for today's daily item, it is the mystical front tattoo, which is kind of average in my opinion, although I do love the deer and the dragons on the side though. And we also got the left arm tattoo of this set as a weekly item, also containing a deer in the art. Both items are 35 opal each. We also got two naval items, starting with the mystical figurehead for 35 opal. I mean, it looks very intimidating with the skeleton covered in flowers and leaves while arrows are sticking out of its torso. With the tree trunk that it's stuck to, it actually kind of matches with the Ulrics Hunter sail, which is also for sale for 35 opal, with a green color scheme. Not my favorite sail to be honest, but you know, just pointing it out there if you're looking for a nice mix for your ship, maybe even for a future river raid, if you know what I mean. No, I think the one item that stands out above all this week is Puffy the Puffin, the bird skin for Sudan from the Ulrics Hunter set. It is for sale for 150 opal, and I think I speak for the three of us that it is currently one of our favorite unique bird skins in the game. It's incredibly cute when it sits on Eivor's shoulder and when it flies in the sky. Also, a fun fact I actually picked up from Dennis's weekly reset stream this week is when you use the left and right controls on your controller, you can actually make your bird do a barrel roll. I mean, how cool does this look? I had no idea you could do this, so I'm definitely gonna try it out more often. It looks absolutely amazing. Not sure how to do this on PC, but if you do, let us know, of course, in the comments down below. I mean, the more you know.
If you want to buy some of these items, you will of course need opal, which you can get by completing the Reda contract and the Ubisoft Connect challenges. This week's challenges are pretty easy, so we definitely recommend doing them, but there are some issues that you kinda need to be aware of. First, you want to go to our favorite snake spot, which is right here on the map in the top part of Hamptonshire, to farm kills for the Muspelheim's challenge and Berserker Fury challenge. Set the game to easy and turn level scaling off to make the farm even quicker, and then just save your game. For the Berserker Fury, you just need 100 kills, so grab your weapon of choice, kill all the snakes, and reload your save until you reach the 100. For the Muspelheim's challenge, all you need to do is equip the ranged fire strike ability, activate it, and then shoot 5 snakes. With those 2 challenges down, you want to find a drinking game for the Mead Breath challenge. There is one relatively close to the snake spot, but I don't recommend that one. So you'll need to empty 7 cups, but it's still very possible if you're up for the challenge. Then return to your settlement, and as both the community challenge and the raid plunder and glory challenge have you complete a river raid. This is the point where we are going to warn you though, as there seems to be an issue with the river raids as of current, where you are not able to return to your settlement after completing one. Now, I personally didn't experience the issue, but a lot of you in the comments section did, so we just wanted to warn all of you. Just make a save beforehand and you should be good to go. Also remember that you don't have to complete the river raid to complete the challenge. Simply booting one up and immediately leaving will still count towards both challenges.
And then finally, there's another challenge that a lot of people have been talking about. The Egghead Challenge. This community challenge was introduced last week, in which we together had to make 100,000 headshot kills. This gave players the chance to get the Einherjar bow as a free item via Ubisoft Connect. At least that was the idea. Turns out that headshots were not registering for a lot of people, including me, leaving a lot of players unable to claim this bow, even though the requirements had been met. Either way, because of this, Ubisoft had decided to temporarily remove this challenge until it is fixed, as they noted on Twitter today, so that when it is re-released, everyone can get the bow. No word on how long this is going to take, but don't worry, if you couldn't get it before, you'll get another chance in the future. Don't worry about missing out on this bow's perk, by the way. It has been in the files for quite a while, and Legacy Gaming, linked to their channel in the description, made a video on it back in January, which shows us that the bow gives us extra range damage when close to full health. This perk on the bow is actually not that rare, because there's already a rune in the game that gives you the same buff, so get that one and you're golden. Oh, and maybe you noticed already this video that Eivor is looking extra shiny today, and that is all thanks to a new glitch with the new Aiden's Heart skill that allows you to glow pretty much permanently. This was discovered by Smart Glitch Gaming, so go check his channel out, link to it will be in the video description. For people who need a little reminder about this new skill, you can find it in the bear section in the skills tab, all the way up top on the left. So yes, this new skill allows you to trigger this golden glow on Eivor, and it's actually surprisingly easy to trigger. What you want to do is equip a piece of armor with some light runes. Minor or major, doesn't matter, just stack some on whatever piece you want. We tried it with the cloak, but it should work on a torso piece as well. Then make sure you also have the Aiden's Heart skill unlocked in the skill tree, of course. This is where the glow is going to come from, as it is effectively the visual effect of that skill in action. Then we swap our piece of armor with the life runes out for another piece of armor that doesn't have life runes in it, and ta-da! After a few seconds, Eivor will begin to glow. This trick even works in combat as long as you don't get hit, as taking damage resets the glow, meaning that you will have to and unequip your life rune armor piece for it to trigger again. So very cool visual effect you can use to spice up your photo mode shots. I mean, you know what I'm gonna do. Or to make Eivor look like a proper Asgardian god. Dennis tried it with the Thor armor and it looks really good on that, so definitely try it out for yourself and see what cool shots or armor combos you can come up with. That's all for the weekly reset and for this video, but we do have a lot more Valhalla news coming your way, so subscribe to miss nothing, leave a like if you liked the video, and check out our previous video about some exciting leaks for the Siege of Paris DLC, which is of course right around the corner. You can watch it by clicking on the screen. Thanks for watching everyone, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!